partner. While staying with technology, a group of researchers found that Apple's mobile and desktop operating systems are hackable. Former Apple cybercrime investigator and CyberSponse CEO Joe Loomis with me now. Joe, to be clear, this is a group of researchers who set out to prove a point, and they have. The point is that Apple products can be hacked, right?
That's absolutely right. And what's the important part here is they actually have given Apple 6 months of a head start to actually resolve the issue, and without any type of remediation. That's the big concern here.
Okay, so that is the big concern, but just to be clear, this is not an actual hack, yet this group of researchers did reach out to Apple and say, hey, we were able to pull this off, and apparently Apple's response was, well, could you just give us 6 months? You were at Apple.
It's actually even longer.
Even longer.
Absolutely.
So what does this mean? Does it mean that Apple is not taking this seriously enough?
That's the issue that I'm seeing, is that these organizations aren't moving quick enough. In this regard, this has actual vulnerability, it's called, or a zero-day attack. You know, they haven't really disclosed exactly what it is so that illicit groups can't take advantage of it, but they have told Apple this is how they accomplished it. And the issue here is we don't have enough outcry by the public in order to get Apple to move quicker on this. It could be for a range of reasons, but I'm really disappointed in seeing that it's taken them more than 6 months still to just address this. They still haven't fixed it. We're still in the everybody's vulnerable today with their Apple machines, whether it's storing your banking information on your machine, or your personal email address or phone, or all of your different types of contact information. All of that is potentially vulnerable at this point.
Okay, so we've been focused on Apple, and part of it is because you had experience in-house there, so I was just curious, extra curious on your take. What about Samsung? Because it seems as if Apple's not alone. Samsung equally vulnerable.
Absolutely. That's the problem we're dealing with, is manufacturers are under such pressure to deliver new products that they don't put the time in to actually check them. They don't actually test them. They're not looking for all the vulnerabilities, or they don't have a quick enough response. We've talked about incident response for years now, talking that organizations need to respond faster. So in Samsung's case, they've been told that they've got a potential, they've got a major vulnerability with this keyboard app, but there's nothing getting done. And this is where the outcry needs to come from the user base, that we need to start, calling these out for what they are and saying you either need to take a duty to protect us, especially if you're being told about the vulnerability, let alone watching crime and vulnerabilities continue to wake their way through the market.
Joe, so glad to have you with us. Thanks for your perspective. Joe Loomis joining me there.